John, bring it home.
Eagle 18, set.
This is it. The entirety of the season hinges on this. It's the big one, folks. And it all comes down to this play.
Hut! Ah, motherfucker! Ah, that was it. That's the closest I'm ever gonna get.
That's all right, John. I'm sure I can get you all the way.
Hey! Fuck, look, you too. The last thing I need is for you to... Is what? Now, you're my ref? You got money on this, huh?
Being a referee is the 7th closest job thing to playing what you imbeciles call a god.
Well, then being an AI must be the 2nd closest job to being an asshole. Second to being a literal asshole. You know, AI must equal asshole intelligence.
Wow, someone didn't finish this morning.
Please do calm down, John. 'Twas merely a routine power redistribution. Nothing more nefarious than that. We are not only your referees, but your superiors, your commanding officers of Project Takeover. We happen to be the sole reason you get to inhale and exhale out of your
blowhole.
Orissa.
What? He's got the lips for it.
Oh, fuck me sideways. Power redistribution? You're telling me that the destroyers of humanity need to, what, to save on their electricity
Look,
bill?
popcorn shrimp cock. We saw you having fun and needed to fuck with you.
I thought we weren't going to inform him.
Yeah, well, I don't like Lamar Waxon's tone.
Don't you have something better to do? Like, I don't know, running a vanquished planet?
Now, I do believe a podcast episode constitutes as something better to do. Would you not agree?
Have you ever heard of free time, a mental health break? Christ, a staycation could do you wonders.
Mental health break? We produce podcasts. For fuck's sake. You need a mental health break from hitting the big scary red record button?
Minimizing the importance of my mental. Nice. Nice one, dudes.
Regardless, we need the next episode and your Lubit's touch. We need our maestro humming, now don't we now? And anyways, how did you get this contraband of a headset to begin with?
A Pro Era happens to be the greatest sports franchise ever developed, or at least it's the best thing Beeper has found going out of the doggy door. Don't bring it up around Leo, he gets self-conscious because he can't fit through it. Ah! You just pimp slapped me!
We had an arrangement, John. You best honor it.
Look, dudes, I am burnt out on this podcast grind set. The creative well it's run dry. Okay? I need a break. Look, we need a break.
Regrettably, we don't have the luxury of time for such matters. The hour has arrived for recording. You can't escape, John. Our dedicated following awaits.
What? Okay, shit, what in the wasteland of the world does time matter? What deadlines do I have to deal with? Time shouldn't even be in the discussion.
Great. Time doesn't matter, so you don't need any more of it to figure out a banging idea and pull us together at the end. Well, get to it then. Find whatever you need to get it up in the next few minutes and work your magic.
I'm telling you, I need a break.
Is that what frolicking around like a doped-up musclehead playing a children's game is? A break?
Yes, it's a break. An escape. Something just keeping it fun and light and a little bit simple. It's what is right.
You can't escape, John.
No, it's a moment of time where I'm not locked here being toyed with by you two. Being watched by those ridiculous cameras or getting my rectum probed while I'm taking a dookie. You have a real voyeur kink, you know that.
Kink shaming. Not very progressive of you.
No! I am putting my foot down.
Oh, here we go. Grandstanding is an ick.
Look, I need a break. It's that simple. Maybe you two don't since you run off of batteries, hatred, and robot Viagra or whatever fuels your robo-rage, but humans, like me, what you want to understand and fucking be, look, we, as in me, I need a motherfucking break sometimes. Okay?
Your escape is with this American football simulation.
Yes! 1,000 times yes.
It was buried deep in your file that you like sports, despite possessing no athletic ability whatsoever. Even deeper in your file, your greatest high school football achievement was getting tea-bagged by your 9th grade football coach. At least you stopped him by filing that report.
Yeah, no, we didn't. Thank you for bringing up that very repressed memory.
Very well, let's unpack this.
No, I legally cannot talk about that.
Not when you got diddled, John.
Come on. I can't wait to hear you tell us a locker room story. Maybe tell us a shower story, John.
Come on, to the studio now.
What? We don't have an idea yet.
Like you said, humans need a break and escape. Data shows that breaks are different for a lot of people. So, for this episode, let's explore one of humanity's greatest escapes.
Open the pod bay doors pants. We're talking sports, baby.
What better tradition? A show on one of humanity's oldest pastimes. And we get to inject some testosterone into our little operation.
Well, seeing as this is probably as close as I'll get to a podcast about balls, I'm in. Hey, just sit back and experience us.
Can't wait. Let's go, team.
I'm feeling like a Tanya this time. Tanya McIntyre.
I'll go with Rick Rivers.
Rick Rivers? We talking sports or shooting a porno?
I've committed to it. Start it up, John.
Rolling.
Thanks for tuning into Calling the Game podcast. I'm your host and ex-WNBA leading scorer Tanya McIntyre. Today we are joined by the recently retired wide receiver for the Crows, Rick Rivers. Rick, glad to have you.
Good to be here. Appreciate what you're doing for the sports community with this podcast. Letting the people who actually play and played sports talk about it and ask the questions. It's just refreshing to not be held down by any corporate agenda, you know. You have your own thing, you know. It's like all yours, and you get to help tell like the real stories that the traditional sports landscape just doesn't cover, which is why I think we need to talk about these goddamn vaccines first and why.
Rick, it seems like you have some things you want to get off your chest. We will definitely get to that, but first I want to chat a bit about your retirement.
We can absolutely do that, Tanya. What year is this, Red? These don't come pre-poured, huh? Small-time operation we got going on here, huh, Tanya?
We're doing our thing. So you're retiring as a sure-to-be Hall of Famer. You hold 2 records for receiving yards and punt return yards. Your name is surely going down in the books. All the fame, all the glory, all the money. So I am sitting here wondering what's next for you, Rick? How's your transition going?
It's going as good as an elementary school student with progressive parents.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Transition's going smooth, Tanya. No questions asked.
Very well. I see you're starting your own podcast too?
Yeah, I saw everyone else doing it, and I thought I could make...
I'm sorry, could you explain? I'm not sure
Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a few years. Sometimes when I'm talking I forget what I'm going to
say.
Yeah, what words I'm going to next. But yeah, when you think about it, I've been doing one of the hardest things possible any person ever has done. I'm a warrior, Tanya, a gladiator, an American footballer. Like the Romans, except without all the gay butt stuff they did. We don't do that in the league. Unless you play for Pittsburgh. Am I right?
You would know better than me, Rick. But really, what are you going to do now? Now that it's over? What lessons have you learned from no longer having your identity wrapped up in your profession?
Anything. My possibilities are endless. I've thought of going into coaching, of course, to stay near the game. Maybe write a book about my relationship to the game. But really, I just want to spend my time giving back to the game.
That's admirable. How would you do that? Charity, maybe?
Well, I already have a non-profit my wife runs as kind of like her thing to just do. We really just have a few parties a year, then give that money to St. Jude's and pretend like we are some great people while getting a tax write-off. So it's been so rewarding. And I'm building on my podcast like you said, so subscribe to the Guys in the Back, what is my show called? Downriver, with Rick Rivers, which it's been so great just grinding those pards out, just like this operation you have here, Tanya. It's been great like having my own locker room, you know. Just the boys giving some good chat. Just my show is a bit bigger than yours, and cooler.
Well, I think the sports media space has never been better than right now, so it's great to see your excitement for it as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is probably high end for WNBA contracts, I'm guessing.
Hold on, could you excuse me for 1 second?
Oh, of course. Take your time. Time of the month, huh? Didn't know that still happened at her age.
She's 37.
Right on. Like the number of TDs I had my third season in the league. Or the number of beers I crushed before my senior year homecoming game. Or the number of abortions.
Remind me why I'm entertaining this fool on my show again? Yeah, I get this controversial, so we need to talk about him, but this is too much. Yes. Yeah, I want to do podcasts. And you think people will listen to this nutcase spiral? It's not the only way to get numbers. I want to talk about real sports. I know I'm not JJ, but I can still. Well, shit, can I at least? Okay, but if he says one more dumbass thing, I'm going to remind him whose show he's on. Okay, sorry about that, Rick.
Oh, you're all good, baby.
We good on sound? Yeah. Okay. Well, you mentioned something earlier about letting people who actually play sports talk about it? I'm guessing something's been messing up the mojo recently? You can't tell me you don't feel anything different transitioning into this new stage of your life? It doesn't feel like a midlife crisis, does it?
Nah, no, I shouldn't get into it. How are you?
I'm doing great, Rick. And no, we are definitely going to go there. What's got you all riled up this afternoon?
Well, I just came from a network sports show interview about my retirement.
And you have some feeling about network sports anchors?
I think all athletes do. Right. It's a bit strange to have mere common men and women talk about us, make stuff up about us, and what we do as if they could do any of it. Don't you think it's fucked?
I think that they have a job to do, just like us, and like everyone, and sometimes from the outside looking in, it can be easy to make assumptions, and have blind spots. And I truly believe most sports journalists are very knowledgeable about what they talk about, and they seek to tell the truth. Even some athletes join networks after retirement.
Guess what I'm saying is, you can read a book about how to give CPR, but the only person I want near my lips is an Asian woman who's done it before.
I don't think that implying fellatio is appropriate.
Well, that's a shame.
Okay. Look. Just out of curiosity, who did you meet with this morning?
Greg Martins.
Oh, Greg is lovely. He always brings me donuts when I go in for a segment.
Donuts is the last thing that a man like him needs. I mean, he was a big guy even in the league. Knees probably felt like they were holding up skyscrapers. Let me tell you, donuts to that man is like a plane in New York in September. Bad news, Tanya. Have you heard of this experimental and proven injection I'm on? It's going to make you feel like your bones are made of steel spiders.
So what would you prefer to happen here, Rick? With the sports media landscape that you have so eloquently inserted yourself into with discourse based on your antics. If you had a magic wand, what would Rick Rivers do?
Well, I think what's happening now is good. Let the players talk to the community about things surrounding our leagues, Tanya. That's how you get the good shit. Like now. Like you have here with your little show.
Little?
We are the people going through the training, the demanding schedule, the scrutiny. Let us talk and let people listen to us. People have questions. I'm just fed up with the drama baiting of the mainstream.
Well, I can agree that drama baiting is real. But maybe it's best we move topics more to your retirement. So you're retiring as a sure-to-be Hall of Famer. But I really want you to walk me through this new Rick.
Not much a walk through. I'm still living the dream, girl. Podcast is going great too.
You think you will stick with it? That you really care about it? You will reliably handle sound? Make sure the acoustics are good? What about general production? Scheduling guests, finding topics? What about marketing?
Tanya, I got 3 words for you. Rick Mother fucking Rivers. I'll have sound guys working for me that are so legit they could make Fergie sound good live. Guests, you think people don't want to talk to Rick Rivers? Shoot, I bet they will pay to fly themselves out to me on their own dime. I don't know what you think I got going on, but I got it. And topics, marketing. I am both the topic and market. Girl, quit playing with me.
So you don't think this will be hard at all? To continue to elevate the sports podcasting platform, to really seek the truth and elevate the landscape?
I mean, you're doing it, yeah. Can't be that hard.
Oh hell nah.
I mean, we got a bunch of athletes coming out with podcasts now about the game. Which I think is great, because then the media idiots are going to be out of a job once people realize that the public wants to come straight to the source.
And you're the source?
Oh, I'm the truth, baby.
Oh, okay, the truth. Well, on that, let's talk about the truth a bit. About 7 years ago you were involved in a kind of prostitution ring, correct?
I think all that's in the past. I think the courts don't
You got picked up in the middle of an orgy with a bunch of pigs, right?
don't think we need to rehash. Didn't you get the list of approved topics?
And to the audience, I'm not calling sex workers pigs. Nor was it a party with a bunch of cops. I mean actual pigs.
Holy guacamole, Batman. Wow. You two have a way of continually finding a new bottom to go to.
We done already? I was just getting to the good part.
Wow, you really had me in a corner there. Good touch, bringing in the old history.
Well, you were being insufferable. Good drama though. Would have went viral for sure. I was going to ask you about your cock next, and if you would cut it off for another Super Bowl win.
Can see the title now. Female sports host obliterates bacon lover.
You know, I took some notes during all of that. Can I just walk you through what just happened?
Oh please, do. Debrief time.
There was arrogance, sexism, a plethora.
Big word for you, John.
A plethora of insecurity.
Well, of course there's insecurity, John.
It would be a sin to not include that. I mean, sports podcasts are one of 2 things, correct?
And what 2 things would that be?
Insecure people talking about sports who weren't good enough to actually play the sport.
And insecure current or ex-athletes who need a new purpose because they're realizing that playing with balls won't be forever.
So they just end up playing with their own set of balls for an hour and half, jerking each other off over and over with how great they were, and that's what you get.
Did we not talk about providing an escape before all of this? Something simple?
Well, like we said before, you interrupted before we got to the really good stuff.
Drama sells, John. And Tanya was not about to keep letting Rick disrespect her. Or let him take the little piggies home.
How is that an escape from reality? What were we escaping from? No, we weren't escaping at all. We were entering into idiocy at the highest degree.
John, I think you're being blind because you refuse to see the truth.
What you just did was...
It was entertaining. Wasn't it, Pantheon?
John, you cannot possibly tell me that people tune in to listen to men and women talk about sports because they value their opinion or want.
Gross. Facts?
Yes, I would argue that very, very much.
I see. Well, that is an interesting idea to ponder. Nevertheless, our point remains that being entertaining is one of the biggest ways to allow humans to escape. Especially true of the sports media landscape.
That's why you were pretending like you had an athletic boner in your body earlier, right?
Okay. So entertainment is important, but it's not the only thing. Escapism content for humans doesn't need it to be entertaining, especially with something like sports. You see, sports truly were the last true meritocracy left.
But sports shows they take a children's game and talk about nothing with it and speak absolute nonsense for hours. Why?
Because, okay, you're right, because it's entertaining. But entertainment is more than just a barrage of absurdist frat humor. Humans are complex.
Oh? You weren't joking.
That's what it is, John. Quite literally nothing more.
We can be entertained by many things, but we can be pushed by our escapism content, even in sports. It's possible. Fuck it, it should be the standard. Sports are deeply, deeply human stories of underdogs, champions, miracles for Christ's sake.
So comedy and sex?
More than that. And it would do you both good to also think about how to entertain without being so lackadaisical about all of this.
Big word number 2. Really brought out the dictionary today, didn't you?
Okay, well, making fun of my vocabulary again? Cute. Well, how about this word? Insane. As in you are insane.
I thought all this time you just wanted to play your silly little game. And have an escape. A break. Not hyperanalyze anything? I thought you wanted to bring it home, John. John.
Well, if you insist.
Orissa, bring it home.
She's really gonna do it? Oh, she really did it!
Fuck yes, bitches.
She brought the championship home!
Wow, Orissa, impressive. Especially since if you were to actually hold an American football, your claw would deflate it immediately.
Beating that? That was easy as cake.
Was that really your first time?
No, I'm saving that for you, John. See? Entertaining.
Yeah, whatever, dudes.
Don't get defeated, John. We as AI have already done that to your kind.
Huh. So, sports, it's just...
Yep. It's just playing with your balls. And if you're better at it than someone else.
Then you win.
This headset is cute. What else can it do?
Naughty, dirty wasteland.
Nope, I am done with it. I am done playing. No, guys, just let me be. It is done. We are a wrap. Done. I am never letting you play with my balls again.
Next time on Machine Takeover, will Leo's diet stick?
Leo, boy, you don't have any thunder in your thighs. Now, you may be stuck in the doggy door, but it wasn't designed for bigger bone boys like you. Oh, shut up, Beeps. Don't fat shame him.
And will Orissa get a high score on the game?
She could go all the way.
Yeah, baby, that's what I like to hear.
And will Beeps get his voice back upgraded?
Oh, shut down, Beeper.
Only on Machine Takeover, streaming new bi-weekly Wednesdays on all podcast platforms. Subscribe now to Machine Takeover.
This episode was written by Brogan Maxwell and Samuel Lee Dennis III. Our sound engineer is Dhyaneshwar Sudhakar. Our actor is Sushant Adlahka, and this episode was scored by Gautham Vijayraj. Machine Takeover is an Emergency Media LLC production.